Yes, I look rough. I've had a stomach bug for 4 days. Might have been food poisoning. Still uncertain. Probably should have went to the hospital. It was that bad. But I survived. What I'm here to talk about is something, and I posted it on my Facebook blog and personal page. I saw someone that I followed, and it was someone I followed originally off of YouTube, and they follow up More Frugal News, I believe, the same way I do. Well, More Frugal is one of the alternative news channels out there that's pretty accurate. Anyhow, so anyway, they started this particular, and I'm not going to name their name, channel and page that they have on Facebook. They started doing biblical scripture type things and putting them on there, and I was like, oh, that's good, it's good. And then their spouse got a page where they were reading scripture. I was like, oh, that's good, it's good, good. But then they posted something and said, does God hate? Yes, he does. And they used Psalm 5. Psalm 5 is David wanting God to take care of his evil enemies that aren't going to change their ways anyway. And not so much God saying, if you're a sinner, I hate you. And that were true, then when I was living in sin, then God hated me. But then I got born again, so he decided he loved me. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, so whomever shall believe in him shall not die, but have everlasting life. You know, whatever, on and on. You know, John 3:16, pretty popular verse. Romans 5. You know, just, there's so many verses on love. And I think the person meant well, but that it did not come off well, because his whole post was about hate. Like, I screenshot this. I'm like, if you're trying to win souls for Christ, this is not the way to do it, because you're telling them that they're sinners and God hates them. And unless they follow your 1, 2, 3 idea, he's going to keep hating them. That's messed up, dude. That is so not right. And I'm like, did they even see? They were like, literally. So God does hate. He hates people living in sin. And I'm like, that is so messed up. Like, that's what chases people away from church. And that's what causes people to call Christians hypocrites. It's misplaced quotations of scripture. Know what you're quoting. Know your reference. Know the context. I'm so aggravated. I'm tempted to actually insert the screenshots at the end of this video. And you can see, but I don't know if it's right for me to, like, I mean, they're outed on my blog page and my Facebook page, and there was plenty of good Christian people that agreed on what I had to say about it. But if you don't know the word, if you're not quoting in context, don't quote. There's so many people that quote half of a verse and put a whole thing on it. It's like it's half a sentence. What was he referring to? So God hates sin. Yes, he hates evil. My children do things I don't like. They don't necessarily live the way I prefer them to live. I don't hate them. I still love them, and I pray for them. God is so much more infinitely capable of loving them than I am. So, anyway, peace out. So, if you had a chance to read that, I'm just like, just know. And before anyone wants to be judging on this or whatever, on a shirt that I'm wearing that says boo and looks a little jack-o'-lantern-like, please just get off my page, because that does not mean I am into hocus-pocusy things, okay? And I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about witchcraft. I'm talking about not hate, like that was just spewed on the previous thing I just showed you. That it's just mind-boggling how people chase other people away from God by saying he hates you. He hates you because of what you're doing right now. Well, that tells me, as a person that used to live a sinful life, well, why even try? Because it's so hard to be good. And if, or get out of my sin or whatever. And why even try? Because he hates me already. So how is it possible that he ever would love me, even if I behave just right? That's a lie from the pit of hell. Y'all, that just really upset me when I saw that. And the page, the person, whatever, seemed to be okay as far as other things go that I glanced at, but they are so misled, and they're just pushing people away. Why would you want to send people away from Jesus by saying something like that? Misquoting the scripture out of context. And I know I'm repeating myself, but if I was I'm thinking back in the day when I lived with somebody, when I wasn't married to them, when I got pregnant out of wedlock, when I was drinking a lot, back in some time ago, and someone just told me, well, God hates you because you're living in sin. You need to change your ways. Well, why would I want to change my ways? Because if he already hates me, what's the point? So this channel, like I said, I did share it to my blog, which the links are in my description box of who this channel is, who this person was. I'm not going to put it on this video because I'm not trying to diss their channel. I haven't watched them in a long time. I don't even know what they're putting on there. But they need to be clear about what they're saying and realize what they're doing. Because if they mean well and they want to win souls for Christ, they are not going about it the right way. Y'all be blessed.